Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's Coach Ricardo, and I'm excited to be joined by you guys this morning. It's going to be a great talk. It's not morning there in Nigeria, it is 7 p.m. And so I've been strategically working on a number of trips that I've had this year, and one of them was supposed to be to Nigeria. Yep, I was scheduled to come to Nigeria in 2021 and in 2020, actually. And I said, my goodness, the pandemic has just disrupted everything. The pandemic has disrupted everything. But I said, as a virtual leader now, I said, I can still connect with those of you guys there in Nigeria. And so if you're watching and you're from Nigeria, I would love for you to go ahead and put a comment in the comment section and let me know where you are watching this from in Nigeria. Are you in Lagos? Are you in Abuja? Where are you? Let me know. I want to know. I want to know. And then for those of you anywhere else in the world, come on, let me know where you're tuned in. I'm going to be sharing something with you that's been on my heart for a while. I wrote this book, Effective Living. It's a difference maker for persons wanting to structure their lives in a way to make it work for them. Okay, that's what this is all about. And so I term it creating a life you don't need a vacation from, because there are a lot of people whose lives it's just not working for them. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'm 45 years old, and I decided that I was not going to allow myself to live another day, another week, another month, another year without discovering the principles that will bring greater life to me so that I can enjoy this journey that I'm on. I am going to share with you what I call 10 reasons why most people's lives are not working for them and how they can fix that. Yep, I'm going to do that. I'm sharing. I want you to put a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to know where you're watching from more specifically, especially those of you in Nigeria. I want to know. I want to know. Now, here's what I'm saying today. There are principles that govern humanity no matter where you live. I'm originally from the Bahamas. I live here in Dallas. It's snow outside right now. And listen, we're dealing with a global pandemic. I've traveled enough, I've worked with enough people to realize someone is succeeding in every type of environment. Let me say that again. Someone is succeeding in every type of environment. With that said, I've been on a mission to find those who says, you know what? I'm coming for mine. Those who will decide, I refuse to just merely exist. I refuse to merely exist. I am going to do the work to make sure that I am living a meaningful life. I'm going to do what I have to do to learn what I need to learn, and I'm going to execute once I discover so that life can start working for me. If you want life to start working for you, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. These are free of charge. These are stuff that I've discovered, stuff that I've been working in my life, stuff that I've been teaching. Hey, listen, it'll work if you work it. Okay? It'll work if you work it. So I'm not going to be before you long. What I do want to know, though, I want to know where you're watching, and I want to know which point stood out to you the most. I want to know which one of these points stood out to you the most, because there are a lot of people who don't understand, why is life not working for me? And is there anything that I can do to change that? You can change it. You can change it. That ought to be a good feeling. A good feeling to know that you can change it. However, there are a lot of people who nothing is going to change because of the poor mindset that has been structured within their heads, that even though the truth comes, the truth is not received. And if the truth is received, the truth is not used. Information gathered but not applied does not bring about any results. If you want to transform life, you have to pursue the truth. And the truth will set you free once you discover the truth and you apply it to your life. So thank you guys for joining me. Plug in where you are tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and I will respond back to you guys in a few minutes, but I want to make sure No matter where you are, let me know. I want to do something special. I'm going to make a major announcement at the end of my talk for those of you guys there in Nigeria. Listen, we got a lot of people from Nigeria that follows me here on Effective Living. Don't miss out on this talk. I'm talking today on 10 reasons why most people's lives are not working for them. 10 reasons why most people's lives are not working for them. I'm the guy who created the company called Effective Living. We're a life management agency. I'm on a mission to help as many people discover how to make life work for them. Okay, I discover certain principles and I'm not going to hold them to myself. I'm going to teach them. I'm going to share them. I'm going to make sure other people know you don't have to stay stuck. A few years ago, I started saying, I refuse to live my life from crisis to crisis. Let me say that again. A few years ago, I decided to say, I refuse to live my life from crisis to crisis. You too need to make that confession. Okay? You need to make that confession. I refuse to live my life from crisis to crisis. I refuse to live in this world and only focus on the negative and the wrong that's happening in the world. There's a lot of beautiful things that's happening in the world. And there's a lot of people missing out on enjoying those beautiful things. I pray what I'm about to share with you, I pray that it helps you to tap into the truth that you are supposed to live life at a higher level, far beyond what you're currently experiencing. Are you all ready for me to dive into this? Let's dive into it. Okay. The first thing that I discovered for people that are not enjoying life at the level, they're living miserable lives, and it comes off like they're wasting their lives. This is what I've discovered, and that is that there seems to be no fun anywhere. It's just no fun, nothing. It's like life is extremely plain. This is a wasted life. A person who have no understanding that life is not supposed to just merely be a blank sheet. You're not supposed to live only to go to work and come home and watch TV and be on social media and eat and sleep and bathe and go back to work and do the same thing over and over. Something's wrong with that. And so for someone who nothing seems fun anymore, you need to look into that. See, it is impossible. It is impossible for you to live life where you're creating one that what we would call you don't need a vacation from, when nothing seems fun. Nothing seems fun. If you're dealing with that, I would inquire. I would do a study. I would dive in and try to find out, why is it that nothing seems fun? You can be taken to a party, you can go to a bowling game, you can go check out a sport activity. I mean, you don't know how to enjoy life. I mean, that's a wasted life. To live and not have any fun? Come on. Something ought to be enjoyable. What are you enjoying? And if you're not enjoying anything, oh, you need my platform. You need my book. You need to hang around a brother for a while, because listen, we're going to tap into some stuff, but you know your life is being wasted when nothing seems fun anymore. Number two, you feel trapped or lost. You feel trapped or lost. Apparently, you don't feel as though you can move from the house. You don't feel as though you can leave that job. You don't feel as though anything can change for your life. You feel trapped. Your life will be wasted when you feel trapped and you feel lost. So what's going to happen is you'll find yourself just once again drifting. When you feel trapped and when you feel lost, there's a higher tendency of finding yourself in number one, which is nothing seems fun anymore because you're not where you want to be. You know what I like about human beings? We can change. We have the power to relocate. We have the ability to think. Oh, I wish I had figured that out in elementary school. I don't care where you're from. You can be from Nigeria. You can be from one of the villages. You can be from a small town. I don't care where you're from. You've got to get to the point where you start to realize I'm not trapped, and I ought not carry myself like I'm lost. So if you're going to live your life in a way where it doesn't come across like it's a wasted life, you have to move yourself out of that position where it appears that I'm trapped and I'm lost. That is not the way you're supposed to live life. No, it's not. So you got to own up to this and accept that this is not where I belong. Someone watching me right now, you need to declare, I am not going to live a life from crisis to crisis. I am not stuck. I was not born to be stuck. I am not imprisoned, neither am I trapped. Now, here's the deal. I may find myself in predicaments beyond my control where circumstances does not shift itself as fast as I would want it to, but I can work my way out of this position. I'm going to eventually move. I'm going to eventually come up. I'm going to eventually do certain things that will take me out of this position. I'm not going to stay here. I am not going to stay here. Number three, your life is a mess. You know your life is being wasted when your life is a mess, when you have not taken the time to organize your affairs. Nothing's organized. You don't know how much money you make. You don't know where your time is going. You come home and you sleep on clothes that you just washed. You don't fix your bed. I mean, your closet is not organized. Nothing's organized. Your life's a mess. Your life is more than likely being wasted when your life is absolutely a mess. Nothing is in its appropriate place. Nothing is in its appropriate place. I wanted to do this talk. I wanted to make sure I did this at this particular time because I want every single person in Nigeria. I want everyone in the Bahamas. I want everyone in the United States. All of you, no matter where you're watching this from. We've got to become more intentional about how we do what we do on a daily basis so that we don't find ourselves in a cage. We don't find ourselves locked into a system where we're merely existing. We're merely existing and we're frustrated, we're angry, we're disgusted at the life we have. But the truth is, you're creating the life you have. And over time, you can change your position. I truly believe that. Over time, you can subscribe to this channel right now. Go ahead, put on the notification. Tell yourself, I got to follow this. Brother, it is impossible to follow this platform and not allow this information to get in you and not push you to better. You will find yourself feeling like your life's a waste when your life is not organized. How do I fix that, Ricardo? Start right where you are. I don't care what size living accommodation you find yourself living within. Find a mindset within yourself or structure a mindset within yourself to make it as nice as you can make it. In other words, I am going to be faithful with the little that I have. A few years ago, I had the privilege of meeting a guy who was living in his car. He was living in his car. And how did I meet this guy? He was at the gym. He was at my gym. He was working out. Pretty smart dude. I figured if I ever found myself in the predicament that he found himself in, I thought I would actually copy his model. Because now he could say that he once lived in his car for 6 months. But the way he dealt with it, superb. Superb. Because he had a car. Let me tell you what he did. I'm going to share his story. This guy who did not have a home address found himself dealing with circumstances and situations beyond his control, but he decided he was not going to stay there and he was going to structure himself in a way so that he can move himself out of this predicament and put himself in a more healthy position. Guess what he did? He knew he was a member of the gym, he had a job, and he had a car. This dude, I went to his car and he put a stick across the back seat and he hung his clothes up. The clothes that he had to go to work with, he hung his clothes up. Those are the clothes he took to the cleaners. Okay? Then he had his gym bag with his underarm deodorant, and he had his toothbrush, and he had his everything. And then he was a member of a 24-hour gym. Well, watch what else he did. He was friendly. So he was friendly to the point where he realized he would stay out extremely late, come into the gym about 11, He would catch a shower, he would work out, he would sleep at the gym because he was just hanging around talking to the people in the front, and would end up sleeping right there, go in the back, catch a shower, and then go to work. And this dude told me he did that for 6 months. The impressive part was that he did not carry himself like a homeless man. He did not carry himself, oh me, oh my. He did not beat himself up for having to need to sleep in his car at times, or was sleeping at the gym and having to shower at the gym. I thought, this is the right mindset. When life throws you a blow far beyond your control, you can still look at that situation and say, I'm going to respond differently. The part that I was very impressed with was he didn't have his clothes just stuffed in his car. He didn't have his car look like he was living out of the car. The car was nicely clean. The clothes was organized in the back seat. Come on, he had a gym bag that was really well put together. This dude had his affairs together and did not have a physical address. He's a good friend of mine now, and we talk often, and he still is a member of that gym. He has his place again. And listen, man, guys, moving on, progressing, and it's doing phenomenal in life and in business and so forth. But the reality of it is, there are a lot of people who would have found themselves in his type of predicament and not decide to structure their affairs. Organize yourself. The first thing you want to do in getting control of your life is to organize your life. Organize yourself. Clean up your space. That's important. The other thing is number 4. I'm on number 4 already. Number 4, you always feel tired. You always feel tired. Something's wrong with that. Okay? You've got to take care of you to the degree where you understand effective living requires that your body is the tool that you use to live this incredible life. Your life is not going to be grand if your body does not have the capability anymore to perform like it needs to perform, because I'm talking to those of you who chose not to do what you need to do when it comes to taking care of your body. You can do things to make sure that you have good energy, that you're not always tired. That you're not always tired. So your life is going to be wasted when you're always tired. You know why? Because you're going to check out. You are going to check out. You're going to stop responding. You're going to stop engaging. You're not going to take the initiative anymore. You're going to actually start pulling back. And let me tell you something. Rather than being diligent in business, what you're going to do is you're going to start finding ways to do less and less and less. And before you know it, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind. If you want to succeed, you want to be diligent in business. If you want to advance, you want to give your best effort to all that you do. You want to go above and beyond. Can I get somebody to say, I'm the type of person, I go above and beyond? But here's the deal. If you choose not to advance at the highest level when you show up, because as far as you're concerned, you feel tired all the time, that means that you're not addressing at the very core what you need to address. Look at yourself in the mirror and then tell yourself, what do I need to do different with me to get me at a better place next year at the same time? I hope what I'm sharing with you, you grab a hold of these points, and I hope you work them and use them to advance you. Okay? So number 5, you don't have a purpose. Okay, you don't have a purpose. You're just merely existing again. I'm sort of hanging around this spot for a bit. Let me tell you why I'm hanging around this spot, this particular point. Miles Monroe once said, he says, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but to live without a reason. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but to live without a reason. To find yourself living without purpose is to just merely exist. It's the most frustrated place to be. Everything has a purpose. Most people haven't taken the time to discover the purpose for themselves. And that's one of the reasons why they're just going through the motion. And they're accepting whatever the system of the world presents to them. Rather than creating the life you desire, most people are simply accepting a life, not creating a life. Let me say that again. Most people are accepting a life, not creating a life. When I say I'm not going to live a life from crisis to crisis, what I'm saying is I'm going to take control. Well, you said, well, you don't have that right. Yes, God has given you and I that right. He says, go be fruitful, multiply, subdue, replenish, dominate. You have the ability to bring yourself into a place where you discover the thing that only you can do, that makes the world come alive and makes life have significant meaning for you. You have to get to the point where you accept, I'm not here just to merely exist. No, I am not here just to merely exist. I have to be intentional about what I do on a daily basis because I'm living on purpose. I'm living in purpose. I am doing the thing that I was born to do. Right now, I'm a talker. I live, breathe, and sleep talking. I love what I do. I love helping people discover their purpose and maximize their potential. I love helping people to brand themselves and structure their platforms and bring themselves to a place where I'm liking me. But I can't teach that if I'm not living that. And if I'm living that, I'm a better teacher of it. But if I'm trying to teach something that I'm not living, after a while, it will be short-lived. It will be short-lived. I'm here today to tell you one of your greatest pursuits should be to discover your purpose. I read something a while back. It says the two greatest days are the day you were born and the day you discovered why. The two greatest days, the day you were born and the day you discovered why. And every morning you wake up, you ought to wake up with the belief and the thought, I've been given another day. Ooh, another day to live in purpose. Another day to bring meaning to life. Accept the fact that you're not just here existing, accept the fact that you're here to dominate. You're here to advance in something. And your goal every day is to, one, first and foremost, figure it out and then work it out. You're going to figure out why you exist and then you're going to work it out. The rest of your life, you're going to spend living in the place where you belong. It's called purpose. The other thing I realize is that for someone whose life is being wasted away, they have the same goals, the same resolution 5 years in a row. 5 years in a row. So you said you want more, you wrote it down, but if you look back, and a lot of people don't look back, most people don't do an inventory of themselves. Most people don't pay attention to what they've been doing for a while, not realizing you're making your life by the decisions you make on a daily basis. So it will be wise. It will be smart to study the decisions that you've been making and asking yourself, is this truly helping me or hurting me? Or am I living in denial? A lot of people who find themselves living a life that is merely wasted away, if you look at them and they check their last 3 to 5 year goals or resolution, whatever they want to call it, it's almost like the same thing is on the list every year. And the same thing is on the list every year, and there's still nothing. No results. Nothing's working out. Nothing is being put together. Nothing. So every year, this is what I'm going to do. And every year you find yourself going in the opposite direction of what you said you're going to do. If you want your life to not be wasted, you're going to have to start being so focused on your goals, on the things that you said you want. That's going to change you. You cannot keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It's not going to work that way. So you got to get to the point where you realize what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to have goals and resolution, but I gotta work, make, struggle, study, strategic efforts, rise early, go to bed late, whatever you got to do, delayed gratification. At the end of the day, I refuse to be looking at this same list next year at the same time saying this is what I want. And I believe oftentimes that list is connected to the desires of your heart. I believe it. You know why I believe it's connected? Because you can't shake it. You can't shake it. But the unfortunate thing is, You're doing the same thing and you're wanting a different result. That's called insanity. So your life is wasting away because you have the same expectation year in and year out, but you're not doing anything about it. That's unfortunate. Okay, number 7, you find escape. Watch this. You find escape in things that definitely is not going to help you. And I called it escapism. You find that this is a place, this is a thing that you're going to escape in, and you're going to hold on to it, and it's hurting you, not helping you. And it is the thing that you're now addicted to. Escapism is real. Okay, there are some people who come home and they fall into Netflix. They binge watch Netflix. In other words, days, weeks, and months go by and they watch everything on Netflix. Now they say they want a life, but they've found escape in Netflix. They found escape in religion. They found escape in just so many things that's not connected to their purpose. Okay, and so it is possible for you to get so connected to doing a bunch of things that before you know it, it's simply escapism. You are doing things that's not working for you, but you're holding on to it and diving into it, and it's now becoming yours. And nobody's going to be able to pull it away from you because it's your thing. Everybody know when I get home, I love to watch a Netflix series. Everybody know on the weekend, I stay in all day. I don't get out of my bed. Everybody know when I get paid, I have to buy me an outfit. Everybody know, but the truth is, would it be true to say that everybody know that you ain't going where you said you wanted to go as well? And you're leaning on to what you are now escaping yourself into, embracing. And here's the deal. The thing about it is there is a support group that will support you with no matter what you believe. So what you got to do is you got to tell yourself, I'm not going to waste my life. I'm going to invest in my life to ensure that I'm not the same person every week, every month, every year. I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm becoming. That needs to be what you state. I'm changing. Can I get a few of you guys just to post that in the comment section? I'm changing. I'm growing. I'm becoming. I love this message because I'm living this message. It is easy to get addicted to bad things that doesn't help your purpose and does not allow you to even walk in your potential being maximized. But there are things, if you're not careful, they will hold you down and keep you back from going to where you belong. Okay? So number 8. Okay? Number 8, you have no friends or feel burdened down by the bad friends that you know you have. So your life is wasted. You don't have no friends. You're a burden to them, or they're a burden to you, and it's just not it's just not a healthy situation. It's not a healthy situation. You've got to get to the point where you realize. Your goal is to build a community, your tribe, your village. You say, Ricardo, I don't have any friends. That's not good. And there are some people, the only friends they have is the ones that they're forced to have, which is these who I work with, this is who I go to church with, and this is my neighbors. And so I've made them to be my friends. But the reality of it is, are you that limited when there are 8+ billion people on the planet and you are not taking the time to develop friendship? Oh, life at a whole nother level comes alive when you're surrounded by good people. And the world is filled with good people. Okay? The world is filled with good people. So you got to get to the point where you realize my life is being wasted if I find myself in a state where I don't have any friends. And everyone that's around me is more of a burden to me, or I'm actually a burden to them because we're just not gelling or connecting. What's going on there? Life won't be alive for you. Life won't feel great for you when you have not developed healthy, good relationships to connect with. I believe effective living is best experienced within a community. Write that down. Go ahead, put that in the comment. Effective living is best experienced within a community, within a village, within a tribe, within a group. Listen, association matters. Association matters. So you've got to get to the point. I have to get to the point where I realize there are some people assigned to walk with me. There are some people assigned to grow with me. There are some people assigned to just be a part of what I'm a part of. And I'm excited about this because we're going to do something that's amazing over the next few months. We're building a special exclusive Nigeria mastermind group. Yep, I'm responding to the call. We're going to establish a special Nigeria mastermind group, and we're going to come together and we're going to look at how we can do what we do on a daily basis that makes life come alive for us. No longer just merely existing. Okay? Build your community, build your tribe, make sure that you're not trying to walk this thing out by yourself. There are too many people in the world to walk this thing out by yourself. Come on. I got a message earlier. I got to call him back from Jamaica. Was talking to another friend in Canada. I got a squad in Nigeria. Come on. Gotta love Nigeria. Listen, at any given day, I can tell myself, go back to the Bahamas. I love home, the Bahamas. I'm here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, frozen in, and got more than 100 calls. If I got one of people checking up on me because of the snow, I'm loved, man. I love people and people love me. And I believe that life is supposed to be best lived within a community, a healthy community, with a tribe, with a support group, okay? And you can build that. I have a series that I'm going to be teaching later on this year on building your tribe, building your community. All right. Number 9, you waste ridiculous amount of time on this is how life is wasted. Okay. This is how someone can waste their life. They waste ridiculous amount of time on dumb stuff, just stuff that makes no sense. Okay. Just a waste of time. Days are expensive, people. Days are expensive. A day wasted is a day you'll never have again. You got to tell yourself the clock is ticking. And while I have the time, I have to use that time to work in my favor. Okay? So I'm here today. I'm snowed in. And I have a long list of incredible things that I'm going to do because here's the deal. When the sun comes back out, because the sun is going to come out, and there's going to be some level of normalcy where we can get out and do what we got to do. Ricardo would have advanced in the midst of a lockdown because of a snowstorm here in the Dallas area. You've got to become so intentional that you don't waste your seconds, your minutes, your hours. You've got to become so intentional that your life has so much about it that you're trying to give attention to that you don't have time to waste. When you watch TV, you're watching TV because that's a part of what you want to do for an enjoyment, but you don't want to overly give yourself to this. You don't want to overly give yourself to that. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself in the most healthiest of way to everything that matters. One of the things that I've been saying is nothing missing, lacking, or broken. Nothing. I want it all. You know, I grew up in an environment where they said you couldn't have it all. I don't believe that. I'm going to try, just like the men going to Mars and to the moon, I'm going to try to live my life to the fullest where I want it all. Nothing missing, lacking, or broken. I want to enjoy every bit of life. And I believe a lot of times when people say you can't have it all, I think they pick that thought up somewhere and now they dismiss themselves from experiencing that next level life. I want it all. I see you, Gina. What's up, Gina? What's up, Billy? Thank you guys for joining me. Elwood Cuz, what's going on? Thank you very much for joining me. Hey, I felt as though, I don't normally do a 12 noon video here in Dallas and a 7 p.m. in Nigeria. But I said, listen, the Nigeria crew that's been following me lately, we got to do this. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it, and we're going to do it grand. I've not been able to travel to Nigeria in 2020, and it don't look like I'm coming to Nigeria in 2021. But that doesn't mean I can't connect. Come on. That doesn't mean that we can't make it happen. I want it all. I want to do what I was still destined to do in 2021 in the midst of a pandemic. So now you got to tell yourself, I can't be using my time. Oh, it's a snow day, I'm just going to chill out. Oh, no. You know how valuable my hours are? Oh, come on. You know how important I know it is for me to take my days and use them right so that I don't find myself living on the porch of regret. The most sorriest place in the world to live is on the street called regret. You don't want to find yourself there. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, a person who is wasting their life oftentimes find themselves just merely going through the motion and never stopping and asking themselves the honest question. The honest question, what am I doing? What am I doing? And the failing to ask this question oftentimes causes someone to stay in the cage that you are not destined or created to live within, but you find yourself in. And the work that one must do to get out of this cage. Listen, guys, most people aren't prepared to do it. I read in a book not so long ago, it stated that a bird born in a cage think a bird in the wild that's flying is crazy. In other words, a bird born in a cage thinks a bird in the wild that's flying is crazy. There are people who are living their lives, not intentional, but they're living their lives based on how the cage have conditioned them to live, and they're stuck. And even when the truth shows up, the unfortunate thing is they're not prepared to do the work to get out of the cage, to recondition their minds to a healthy state so that life can start working for them. The good book says, the Bible says, watch this. Whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. You say, Ricardo, well, you don't understand what's all going on in my life. One of the things I've discovered is no matter what's going on in your life, the Bible teaches us again. It says all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. So when you tap into the understanding that I have something to offer and I'm not going to waste my days, you can start learning how everything is supposed to work out for your good. Everything is supposed to be working in your favor. Don't waste your days. Don't waste your days. You got to tell yourself, I'm going to use my days to construct the life that I desire. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and guess what? I'm going to be doing a series of live talks with my Nigerian community friends in mind. That's who I'm going to be focusing on. I'm doing a lot of speaking, a lot of structuring here with our Effective Living Life Management Agency. I'm excited about the future. If you're interested in joining our team and you're watching this, direct message me. If you're interested in that mastermind group, direct message me. If you're interested in my book, if you're interested in any of our webinars, anything, my coaching program, message me today. I would love to work with you. Learn how to enjoy life. I was telling a colleague not so long ago, he said, well, I just want to make sure you're enjoying yourself. I said, I'm 45 years old. I don't do anything I don't enjoy anymore. I'm in charge of my life. I'm now constructing my life in a way where I'm liking where I'm at and I'm loving where I'm heading. And I want you to go with me. Last point, remember this. If you ever get to the top and you're lonely, it's because you didn't take anybody there with you. I'm going to the top and I want to take some people with me. Will you join me? Direct message me and inquire as to what Effective Living can do for you, and we will help you as much as we can. Have a great day, guys. Tag somebody who you think will enjoy this. Bye-bye.